Everyone, I'm Mom Jovi. This video talks about the following input types: text, email, submit, and reset form controls. Box. The input tag with the type text configures a text box form control. The text box form control accepts text or numeric information such as names, email, addresses, phone numbers, and other text. Attribute text, its value is text, and then the purpose, it configures a text box. The next attribute is the name attribute. The value, it could be alphanumeric, no spaces, begins with a letter. The purpose, it names the form elements so that it can be easily accessed by client-side scripting languages or by side processing or by server-side processing. The name should be unique. The next one is ID. So the value is alphanumeric, no spaces, begins with a letter. The purpose, it provides a unique identifier for the form element. The size, so the size attribute has a numeric value. It configures the width of the text box as displayed by the browser. If the size is omitted, the browser displays the text box with its own default size. Then the next is the max length. So the value is numeric value. It configures the maximum length of a data accepted by the text box. Okay, the next is the value attribute. The value attribute has the value text or numeric characters. For the purpose, it assigns an initial value to the text box that is displayed by the browser, accepts information typed in the text box. This value can be accessed by client-side scripting languages and by server-side processing. The next is the disabled property. Its value is disabled. The purpose, the form control is disabled. Next, the read-only attribute. The read-only attribute has the value read-only. The form control is for display, cannot be edited. And the autocomplete attribute has the value on and off. So if the value is on, HTML5 attribute default browser will use autocomplete to fill the form control. However, if the value is off, HTML5 browser will not use autocomplete to fill the form control. Okay, to continue, the autofocus attribute has the value autofocus. The purpose, HTML5 attribute, browser places cursor in the form control and sets the focus. Next, the list attribute, it has the value data list element, ID value. The purpose, HTML5 attribute associates the form control with the data list elements. And next, the placeholder attribute has the value text or numeric characters. The purpose, HTML attribute brief information intended to assess the user. And then we have as well the access key. So for the value of the access key is a keyboard character. For the purpose, it configures a hotkey for the form. Next, the tab index. It has a numeric value. It configures the tab order of the form control. Okay, to continue, I will be adding here form. So since this is for the purpose of this is to design the graphical user interface only, I will not be adding again any value here on the action attribute. So let's start. I'll be using label. I will be prompting the user or telling the user to enter their first name here, just reminding them, F name, and then the value here between the label tag. Look at this, it will appear first name and FIRST first name. And then I will be creating a text box right after the label text box. The type is text, and then I'll give a name as F name. Here, F name equal sign, just close it, and then I give the ID as L name, FID, F name again, and then for the next line, I'm going to use a BR tag so that it The next time that I'm going to create a text, it will fall here on the next line. I'll just copy this. There you go. Look at this. Yeah. Kukopyahin ko lang. Copy and then modify some of its attribute. This will become L name for the last name, and this will become last name. This one, LA, last name, and this will become uh, F name, L name, and then this one will become L name too. Okay, so let's try to modify this one by adding the size attribute. So if I'm going to add the size attribute is equals to 35. Look at that, the size increases, right? The size of the text box increases. Let's try here again here on the input type text. So size is equals to 35. 35. And then let's add some placeholder. So what is a placeholder? Placeholder is equal to, okay, let's say example of a name is John Doe. Ayan, ayan siya. Ayan. So, once you type a text here, mawawala na yan. Okay, that's the purpose of the placeholder. Okay, when you set here autofocus, look at this, autofocus. So, autofocus, the value is autofocus, right? As I mentioned on my previous uh, presentation. So, autofocus. Yan, autofocus. There you go. Yan, dito makikita mo. Yan, naka-autofocus ayun o. Yan. There's dito, may autofocus siya. Ayun, nakikita niyo. Autofocus. Okay? Naka-autofocus yan. Then next, if I am going to make use of a disable or read-only attribute, let's see what will happen. Tatanggalin natin yung autofocus. Yan, muna yung attribute. Let's say, let's change this read only or disabled. So if it is disabled, of course you cannot, the value is equal to disabled. Yan. I am just experimenting or using the other attributes of the text. But yan, hindi mo na siya magagalaw. Of course, tatanggalin natin yan. Okay, where's that? Since I am just teaching you guys the use of its different attributes. Okay? So, tatanggalin ko na yan. And then, I will be adding an email here. So, Chando, why did I delete this? Chando. So, email. Then, below, I'll just copy everything. Yan. I'll copy it and paste it here. Okay, so name, it's this will become email or email add. I'll be putting email add. I want this to use email add. And then this one will become mail. Type is mail. No, not mail, it's email. And then the name is email add as email add, and then this one will become email add. This one will become email add to email add, and then there you go. So let's change this one into email address. Yeah, email address. Okay, there you go, email address. So when you type something here, yeah, later on, kailangan, it will prompt you to put some I. O, makikita nyo siya later when I added some buttons. Let's type submit button. Let's add. Okay, below, I'll be putting a submit button here. No. For a moment. I'll just stop and continue later. I'll be adding two buttons, the submit and the receipt button. Okay, to continue, I am going to add a required attribute for the type email and a submit and reset button. So let's start. Let's check first if we're going to enable the live server. Let's go live. Okay, let's go live. Now I am going to use, what do you call this one? Add a button first. So the type is button. I submit. Input type submit. And then we have the name is equals to, maybe I'll name this as BTN for button, BTN submit. Okay. And then I have the ID, BTN submit. ID is equals to BTN, BTN submit. But I did not just configure this one. I'll type submit, of course. Submit, and then the value is equals to, okay, yan na. So when I click this one, when you type something, and I'm going to click this one, please include at email address. So because it's an email here, dito hindi naman yan required. So if we want that they are going to include this one, we need to require the user to input this one. They will not leave this blank. The first name and the last name will be using the required attribute here. Okay, so lalagay lang natin siya dito sa input type text required is equals to required right after the placeholder. Ayan. Okay, Chando. And then here, lagay natin dito. Required is equal to required. So if you like as well to put required on the last name and you put some required, so you just encode it here. Required is equal to required. I'm going to customize this one. The first name is John, but the last name is, let's say, I put a placeholder here as well. So placeholder, and I'll put here the do, John Doe. Yeah. And then let's try. Yeah, there you go. So let's say, for example, and then here, yan, yan, submit. Oh, please fill out this field kasi John is the placeholder. I did not put anything. And then dito then, if I will not be putting, yan, fill out this field first. Ito muna. If I have Joby here, and then I have Libera. This is only an example. Yan, Libera. And then I'll go here. Yan, this one. Okay. It prompts us that we need to put an at sign. Okay. And then the next one that I'm going to demonstrate is the reset button. So I'll just copy everything. And later on, I'm going to customize its type. This one will become reset and then BTN for button. So I will be using reset here. And the ID is BTN reset. Okay. So what it does is it deletes whatever the content of a text field or a password field. Okay, let's try. So here, when I say reset, dapat delete na yan. No? Okay? Yan. Check na natin why it's not deleting. It's di tayo naka-go live. Okay, let's go live. Naka-go live siya. Let's see, submit. Okay. Reset. Yan. Dapat nagre-reset. Let's check. So, type reset, btn reset, reset. Okay, let's stop the go. Let's stop the go live. Let's save and reload. Bakit hindi gumagana? Let's just check. Baka nagahang lang. Submit and reset. Reset. Dapat nagde-delete yan. Wala na. Dinidelete na niya. Okay, kasi yan. It's okay naman pala. It's working. Okay? The one that we see a while ago are the default text. So, when you click the submit button, it will prompt you about the attribute that you included. If you did not supply the correct, if it is required, you did not supply. And then if it is an email and you did not again supply the correct format of an email, so the better is that you can put an email placeholder here. Like that. Say placeholder is equal to, let's say, my email 123 at gmail.com. Just like you're just telling the user that this is the format, right? Yun. Okay, did I see placeholder? Placeholder, and then some excess source code. That's the reason why it's not appearing. If you encounter this, let's go and uh, customize this and edit. It's okay. Yeah, let's check the last line. Okay, some additional codes are embedded. Okay, this one, I'll just delete this. Okay, yan, and then let's check. Okay, the email address, of course, the one that will appear. Ayan. Okay, label, email address. Let's check it out. Saan ko ba nilagay? Wait lang, nahilo na. Dapat hindi. Hindi dyan. Yes, hindi dyan. Kasi ilalagay natin siya. Label lang yan. Kaya hindi ko kasi makita kanina a while ago. My screen, dito ko ilalagay sa placeholder. Here, dito. Right after this, dito ko siya isisingit. Okay? Let's see. Yun. Okay, nandun na siya. Okay? So when you type here, you type, and then you type, and then you click reset, yun, boom. So reset is working already. The email address input. The email address input form control is similar to the text box. Its purpose is to accept information that must be in email format, such as jovi123@gmail.com. The attributes of email address input is similar to the text box attributes rather.